Okay, welcome to my mixed class. Today we're going to compare and order mixed numbers, all right? Real quick, let's do a quick review. Which fraction is bigger, 5/12 or 9/12? Well, we know if the denominator is the same, all we have to look at is the numerator. 5 or 9, which one is bigger? Well, boom! 9/12 is bigger, all right? It's larger, it's greater than, all right? 7/9 and 7/10. Okay, here we have a case where the numerator is the same, but the denominator is different. So we've got to do what? All right, we've got 7/9, we've got 7/10. Well, we need to find a common denominator. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 7/9 times 10. So I'm going to end up with 70 over 90. And I'm going to multiply this 7/10 by 9, which is going to give me 63 over 90. 70 or 63, which one is larger? Well, if we go back, 7/9 is larger. Okay, we've got to find that common denominator. Moving on, let's take a little brain break, all right? The Amazon.com logo. Do you know there's a secret message in this logo? You thought it was just Amazon with a little arrow, with a little smile. But the secret message is Amazon.com. Everything from A to Z with a smile. All right? Brain break over. All right. To compare some of our mixed numbers, okay, we're going to use a number line. And you can see that I've got going from 0 to 1, and it's broken into 4 parts. So 1/4, 1/2, or 2/4, 3/4, 1. And then I go from 1 to 2. Well, everything past the 1 already has a 1 whole behind it, right? So I go 1, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 3/4, and then 2, okay? And if we kept going, it would be 2 and 1/4, 2 and 1/2, etc. All right? Fractions on the number line are always arranged from the least on your left to the greatest, moving from left to right, all right? So we're going to look at these, 1 and 3/4 or 1 and 1/2. Which one is greater? Well, 1 and 3/4 already has a star. 1 and 1/2 already has a star, okay? And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that 1 and 3/4 is farther to the right. It's closer to 2 than 1 and 1/2 is, okay? So I know that 1 and 3/4 is larger, so I'm going to put my symbol right there. What about 1 and 1/2 or just 3/4? Well, 1 and 1/2 is right here. 3/4 is right here. And so I know since 1 and 1/2 is farther on the number line to the right, it's closer to 2. 3/4 isn't even a whole yet. 1 and 1/2 is a whole and then half of another whole. So I know that 1 and 1/2 is larger. Now what if we looked at 1 and 3/4, which is this one, which I'll really circle, okay, and 1 and 4/4. Well, wait a minute, that's a little bit of a trick, but I'm not trying to trick you, all right? 1 is 1 whole, but I don't see 4/4, okay? But I know that there's 1 piece here, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces. Since the numerator and denominator are the same, I know that's also 1 whole. So what I'm really saying is 1 and 1, which is 2. So that's this number right here. So which is larger, 1 and 4/4 or 1 and 3/4? Well, what we're really saying is 1 and 3/4 or 2. And of course, 2 is larger. All right? Another brain break. Tostitos. You love their chips, you love their salsa. But did you know that in the logo, there's 2 little guys, or maybe gals, sharing some chips and some salsa? Here's person number 1, here's person number 2, there's their chip, there's their bowl of salsa, and there's the little table that it's standing on. Chips and salsa sound good right now. Brain break over. All right, let's drag the fractions in the box to correctly label this number line, and then we're going to compare some fractions. I'm going to scoot down here. The number line's not all the way filled in. It looks familiar, it's the same number line as before. And then what I would do, first thing I would do is say, okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 whole. So I know that the 1 whole is broken into 4 parts. So I know if this is the first part out of 4, then that's 1 part out of 4 total. So that is 1/4. I'm going to drag my 1/4 right up here. 1/2 is already labeled, or 2/4, right? They're equivalent. 1, 2, 3 out of 4. I'm going to move my 3/4 here. 1 is labeled, 1 and 1/4 is labeled. And then this spot, well, let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Between 1 and 2, it's the same numbers, right? There's 4 parts. This is halfway between 1 and 2. So what do we have? 1 and 1/2, which leaves us with our one last spot, which has to be 1 3/4, and in fact is 1 3/4, because 1, 2, 3 parts out of the 4 total. All right. Now, if I'm going to compare these numbers, all I need to do is look at the number line now. All right. 1 3/4 is right here, or 1 1/2, which is right here. Well, 1 3/4 is larger. Well, and then I have 1 1/4 compared to 3/4. Okay. 1 1/4 is here. 3/4 is here. 1 1/4 is closer to 2. It is larger. And then I have 2 or 1 1/2. 2 or 1 1/2. Well, the 2 is the farthest to the right. It's the biggest thing up there. Okay? We're good to go. You can also draw pictures to compare and order mixed numbers. So let's try that. I want to see 1 1/4, and then I want to see 2 2/4. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these boxes. Okay? This is my 1 hole. I'm going to color that in. This box is going to be my 1/4. So I need to break it into 4 pieces. And only 1/4 of it is colored in. All right, so I've got that going for me. That's 1 and 1/4. Now I want to look at 2 2/4. I'm going to put that over here. There's 1 hole right here. There's 1 hole right there, which that's 2 whole numbers. And then I need 2/4. I'm going to drag my 3rd box over. I need to split it into 4ths, into 4 parts. I fill in 1/4 and another 4th, so that equals 2 2/4. Well, if I look at this, right, there's not even hardly any math I need to do as long as I have my fractions correct. Which one is larger? The red over here, the 1 1/4, or the 2 boxes of red and then the half a box of red? Well, to me, 2 2/4 looks much larger. That only works because these boxes are all the same size. We're comparing apples to apples. You can't do one circle as 1 1/4 and then one square as 1 1/4. It doesn't work that way. They have to all be the same size. Last brain break. My favorite one, the FedEx logo. They want to let you know that they're getting there quick. All right, so do you know that they have a built-in arrow in their logo? It's right there. So when you see it subconsciously, you're thinking they're moving and they're moving fast. All right. How to compare without number lines or pictures, okay? If I've got 2 3/4 and 1 5/6, all right? Now hold on a minute. 5/6 is bigger than 3/4. Don't get confused. The first thing you can look at, if they're different, is the whole number, all right? 2 is bigger than 1, right? So it doesn't matter how big this fraction is unless it's not a mixed number, which we're not going to mess with, all right? Doesn't matter how big the fraction is. If I've got 2 and some change, or $1 and some change, right? $2 is going to be more, okay? So in that case, we're good to go. If I've got 2 3/4, or 1, or excuse me, or 2 1/2, the whole numbers are the same, okay? So in this case, we don't even need to get confused. We can just compare 3/4 and 1/2. And in this case, I'm going to find my magic number because I know that 2 goes into 4 2 times. So 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So really I'm looking at 2 2/4 and 2 3/4. The 3 is bigger than the 2. So I know that 2 3/4 is greater than 2 1/2. I know it's a lot of information. You've got the video, rewind it, watch it again, watch it as many times as you need. If you have any questions, bring them tomorrow to class. I'll be glad to talk about it. I'll see you then.